Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Here in today's video, we have the newest event in Contest of Champions, the Heart of Fire event. Today, I will be whaling out with the units that I have saved up to most likely go all in on this event. If you're new around here, make sure that you subscribe and turn on notifications so that you're notified of when I upload. Alright, starting off, I just wanted to talk a little bit about why I'm investing in this event. Nothing long, short explanation is when I compare this event to 4th of July, the champions offered in this event are very exclusive, especially the Dark Phoenix. And with where I'm currently at in the game, a lot of the champions that are offered in this event are champions that I am currently after. The other reason too is that for this event, you can reach the final milestone completely free to play if you have the units saved up. Comparing this to, say, 4th of July, where the web store has a tracker that you need to spend real currency in order to achieve the final objectives of that, it's not possible to get everything from 4th of July free to play. But since I can with this event, with the units I've saved up, I'm going to be investing into this event. If we look down here, I've already completed the solo objective that gets you the free Cavalier crystals, which is here at the bottom called Moonshot. To win points for this, you just have to complete fights with the Heart of Fire champions, such as Nick Fury, Immortal Abomination, Tigra, Future Ant-Man, or Apocalypse. And I would recommend the easiest place that you can do this, if you want to just auto fight or do it quickly, is under special quests. You have the Road to the Labyrinth. You just do the first quest here, round 1. It's just 8 fights. It takes 8 energy, so 1 energy per fight, and you can just let your champions auto fight or do it yourself, but it's pretty quick that way. Yeah, we're going to get things started. Let's go ahead and claim all of these crystals. I have to claim them one by one, so I'll jump back to when I've claimed them all. Alrighty, and crystal 34. There we go. Perfect. So before I go and pop these open, there's one thing that I want to get real quick from the Radiant store, is all of these units. So I'm going to be trying to pick up the 750 units every time the store resets, just because it's a great way to get units, and you can get them free to play. So I'm going to be getting these every time the store resets, and I think it resets every 35 days. With that though, let's hop on over to crystals. So we've got 34 here. I've got a few other crystals I just wanted to pop open. I've been saving for today. See if we can pull anything from a couple of these. Cool. We'll take 5-star Nexus crystals. Pop these open. Yeah, just some 5 stars. Hopefully we don't have all 5 stars in our crystals later. We have one 7-star crystal to open, so let's open this up. So let's just see if there's something that we can pull here that we're after. And that's new, I believe, actually. Awesome. Overseer is not a bad champion, and even though I'm probably not going to take him up, he's at least a new champion that I can add to the account. There we go, always happy with a new 7-star. Alright, so moving on, let's go ahead and we'll just pop open these Cavalier crystals. You can't get any 7-stars from these, so really these are just ISO. Let's see who was new. 5-star Immortal Abomination, who I didn't have. Open another 10. Yeah, 5-star Scream 2, cool. It's going to be annoying when we're opening the Valiant crystals later and I get a new champion, but it's not one of the 7 stars. Another 10 here. No one new. Just get through these and then just pop open these last 4. And then this will get us a few milestones with the tracker, so we'll go and see what we got there. Alright, we'll put all of these through. Alright, so let's hop on back. Okay, so if we go down, we're going to first check out. So there's 3 different events. So you have the Moonshot one, which you just earn points through fights to get these crystals. Then the 2 other events that we have the Sunstorm event, which gives some lower tier rewards, and then there's the Phoenix Force event, which offers the higher end rewards for the end game players. So from Sunstorm, we hit a few milestones here, so we'll just collect some of these materials. Okay, so we got 4 there, and then there's another 5 up here. But to reach those, we have to open these 4 first. So let's go and pop these open. Okay, so we have 4 Paragon crystals. We'll just pop open the Paragons and see what we get. Yep, nothing new here. I'm not really expecting anything from these Paragon crystals. It's the Valiant crystals where I hope our luck is at. Alright, so now that we've opened those, we should hit another milestone or 2 here in the Sunstorm. Here we go. So we get 5 more Paragon crystals from this. Some shards, so let's go ahead and open these 5 now. Pop these open. Cool, yeah, nothing new, but more SIGs, more crystal shards, and more ISO. So There's a lot of free crystals from this event, which is really nice. So even if you don't end up getting some of the exclusive 7 stars from this event, even just doing these free stuff will get you lots of ISO, which you can then use to upgrade champions or convert into gold if you don't want to use them. Okay, so we've started to get some things from the Phoenix Force, but let's go back to the Sunstorm. So we now have a few more milestones. So we got 5 more Paragon crystals. So as you can see, free to play, you're actually going to get quite a bit of stuff from just the milestones that are offered to free to play players. All right, popping these 5, and yeah, nothing new. Let's see where that brings us now in the Sunstorm event. So we have 6-star Nexus and looks like some tier 6 selector. All right, moving over to the Phoenix Force. So we've reached 2 milestones already. So we have 2 Valiant Heart of Fire crystals and then 600 units. So free to play, even if you don't invest further into this event, you can get 600 units, which is a pretty good deal. All right, let's go ahead and pop open these 2 Valiant Heart of Fire crystals. I'm not going to spin out a lot of crystals just because the video would take a while. So we're just going to spin out these 2 to look at the reel, and then I think the future ones I'm just going to pop them. All right, so we have the 7 stars in here. Let's go ahead and open this up. For the first Valiant Crystal, we are getting a 5-star Nick Fury, which is not what we are after. We are after the 7-star Nick Fury. I guess I forgot to mention, too, who I'm after. So I would say the champion that I want the absolute most is Nick Fury as a 7-star. After him will be Tigra. I really want to get 7-star Tigra because she's an amazing champion. And I know a lot of people aren't a fan of her, but she excels in so many different areas of the contest. She does have a high skill level, and she takes a while to learn, but if you know how to play Tigra well, she's very, very good. After Tigra, my 3rd most wanted champ is definitely Future Ant-Man, and then Apocalypse is 4th, and Immortal Abomination is 5th. I have Immortal Abomination at the end, not because he's bad, but the Science Champion is just so saturated with strong champions. And I feel like Immortal Abomination isn't someone that I would want to take up. And here we have another 5-star. Yep, all good. Okay, so we got a couple more milestones here in the Sunstorm. Just some more Tier 2 dust, which I've got a lot of dust. I think by the end of this event, I'm going to have enough dust to ascend 6 champions. So that'll be coming in a future video. And then here we should have some more crystals. Perfect. And so then at this point, I think once I open these 2, that should be all that we're able to get free to play. I'll double check that though. All right, we're just going to pop these 2 open, see what we get. Okay, yeah, nothing here. Alrighty, let's head on back. Yeah, so there's no more milestones currently that we can reach. But here's now where I'm going to be investing the units that I've saved up and accumulated into the event. So we're going to start. We're just going to go with a batch of 10 crystals and see where that gets us in the milestones. All right, and we're just going to pop this open. Let's see what we get. All right, no new, unfortunately, and no 7 stars. As can be expected, we'll probably end up opening close to like 100 of these by the end of the video, and I would hope that in 100, I can at least get 1 or 2 of the new 7 stars, but we will see. All right, we finished those. Let's head on back to the milestones. So Sunstorm. Got some more things here, but no crystals. And then from the Phoenix Force, got 600 units and then 2 more crystals. Gonna pop these open. Anything new? Nope. 6-star Tigers showed up a couple of times. I really want that 7-star though. All right. Let's head on back. We're just going to go with another 10 pop here. See what we can get. We are getting... Okay, we have 1 new champion. We'll see if it's a 7-star. My guess is that it isn't, but we will find out. Ooh, okay, 6-star Kitty Pryde. I actually didn't have her, so it's not a bad champion. She's not out as a 7-star, so we'll take that. It's not the 7-star we were hoping for, though. All right, so let's go on back. I think before we go back to the milestones, we're going to do 1 more batch of 10 and see where that gets us. All right, we'll open here and open 10 crystals. 0 new, tough, okay. Hit a few more here. All right, so we've got 600 units here, 600 units here. And then we've got 2 more Valiant Heart of Fire crystals, and then we have 1 7-star Heart of Fire crystal. Let's open these Valiants first. Let's pop these open. Alrighty, we got those. I want to say we're going to save all of these 7-star crystals to the end of the video. And that way we can open all of those together. But yeah, with that, let's go ahead and do another batch of 10 crystals. Pop these open and still 0 new. So no new 7 stars in sight, but hopefully we're getting close to one. A few 6 stars at the end there. Not what we're after, but you know, we'll at least take them. Okay, let's go ahead and go with another batch of 10. Pop these open. Still 0 new. Man, luck at least at the start of the video is not going very well. Okay, let's head on back to the milestones, and it looks like we're almost done with the sunstorm, so we'll just grab these. You see here we're almost at the 7-star crystal from this one. Alright, so we've got 3 more Valiant crystals, and then we have 2 1-2 gems. So we'll take those. Alrighty, and we'll go ahead and open these 3. We'll pop them open. Nothing there. Alright, and let's go with another batch of 10. I think this is number 6 for our batch of 10. Pop these open. Still no new. Man, not what we're looking for. We're here for the 7 stars from the event and the 7 stars only. Alright, let's go on back. I'm going to go with one more batch of 10. Alright, pop these open. Gee, this is not going our way. I think that's 70 crystals now. Alright, let's see where we are at now with the milestones. So we've completed the Sunstorm, so that gets us the 7-star crystal and 2 copies of 6-star Dark Phoenix, so that awakens her. And then in the Phoenix Force, we've got some more units and a few more crystals. Let's go ahead and pop open these 5, see if we can get something from these. Nothing from these. Tough luck. Okay, I'm filling in. This next pop, we're going to get one of them. Here's one of the new 7-star champions. Thinking, man, still no. Gee, haven't even gotten a single 7-star yet. We'll see if I go 100 crystals without a 7-star. That would be pretty crazy. Alright, the next 10, which brings us up to 90 crystals. Still no new. It's pretty demoralizing, I'll be honest. But we'll have to see at least what we can get from the 7-star crystals. As long as we can get the champions that I'm after there, you know, it makes up for it. Let's see if we got any more crystals here. Okay, so we've got the 3rd free 7-star Heart of Fire crystal, so we'll grab that. Grab these units, and then we've got the 2 to 3 gems, 2 of those, so we'll claim those. Alright, we're going to go with another batch of 10. Hopefully we'll finally get something. Still no. And the odds of getting a 7-star are 3%. Just goes to show how bad the luck can be sometimes. And we're going to go with another batch of 10. I've lost count at what we're at now, but we're going all in. Come this far. Okay, wow. We've got 3 new champions. We'll see if this pays off. Okay, first up we have is, okay, 6-star Immortal Abomination. He's my least wanted, but, you know, at least we got one. Next is North Star, 5-star, and then, yeah, 5-star Shothra. I figured they were going to be 5 stars or 6 stars that I don't have yet. But there's at least one champion. You know, we've got one. It's not the one I wanted, but, you know, we'll take it. All right. Let's see where that brings us with the milestones. So we've got 1,500 units here, and then another 5 crystals, so we'll pop these open. Here we've got nothing new. Go figure. Next batch of 10. Just wanting to see at least one of the 7 stars that I'm after. Alright, here we are getting no new again. You know, if we end up not getting a lot of the champions that we want, you know, hopefully this at least can serve as a reminder that this is all RNG based. You know, there are some guaranteed rewards, but at least with these crystals, you're never guaranteed a 7-star. Alright, let's go ahead and pop open these 10. 0 new again. Alright, let's see where that brings us now. So we're at 330. Let's see if we have some more crystals. Okay, yeah. So this is the last batch of free crystals that we get. So we get 10 here, and then another 3,000 units, which gets us another 10 crystals. So we'll go ahead and we'll open up these 10, and then 10 more at least. And that should bring us up to, I think, 370. Alright, I'm going to spin one, see if that changes our luck, because we've just been popping all of these crystals. See if we get anything here. Just a 5-star, yep. Alright, let's go ahead and pop open these 9. Nothing new there. We did get a 7-star Hulk though. He's already awakened, so, you know, not very useful, at least where I'm at currently. I would much prefer one of the new 7 stars. Alrighty, and we're going to go ahead and open another batch of 10. Okay, so we've got 7-star Guillotine 2099, which actually awakens her. Not a bad pull. Not what we're after, but, you know, I'll take any 7 stars at this point to make up for the lack of 7 stars earlier. Alright, so we'll go on back. We'll see where we're at now. So yeah, we're at 370, which means we need to open 15 more crystals. So we've got a 3 to 4 Heart of Fire rank up gem, which is really nice. Got a 7-star Awakening gem as well. Let's go ahead and open these last crystals. So I think we're going to do 3 batches of 5. We're going to get 5 3 times and just pop these open. Hope for the best. Nothing there. All right, batch number 2. Just open it up. Nothing there. See if we get something from this last 5. Alrighty, and this gets us to the final milestone. Let's see what we get. Yep. That's what I expected. Goes to show that your luck with this can be pretty awful. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to we'll claim the signature stones. We're going to go ahead and claim the Dark Phoenix. That's 2 copies, so we'll have her awakened. And before we claim the selector, we're going to open the 7-star crystals to see what we get, because that will help determine what we choose from the selector. So ideally, if I had a choice in these, I would get a copy of Nick Fury, Tigra, and Future Ant-Man. But we'll see what we get from these. Alright, first crystal. We are landing on a... Yep. Mortal Abomination dupe. It's all good. And we still got 2 crystals here. Alright, for the second crystal. We can, you know, still at least get 2 of the 3 that I'm after, and then if I need to, I can get the 3rd from the selector. Alright. Nick Fury, Tigra, or Future Ant-Man. Those are who we're after. Tigra, yes. That's awesome. Okay, so we at least have Tigra. Wonderful. I'm excited to take her up, and I know she needs to be awakened, so depending on what we get here, you know, there's a chance that I use the Awakening Gem on her, or I have a 7-star generic Awakening Gem that I'm considering using on her or on Nick Fury. Alright, so from this last crystal then, we are looking for Nick Fury or Future Ant-Man. Ideally Nick Fury, but if I don't get him, I might have to go with Nick Fury from the selector. Alrighty, here we go. We have a 40% chance at who we're after. We are landing on Future Ant-Man, yes. Okay. Whew. This makes up for all of the misses from the earlier Valiant crystals. So then, we got a dupe on a Mortal Abomination, which was not after. I would have preferred, you know, obviously Nick Fury. If not Nick Fury, Apocalypse would have been a nice new champion. I wouldn't use him as much, but, you know, I prefer getting a new Apocalypse over an Awakening on a Mortal Abomination. Alrighty, so we head on back then. The last thing that we can claim now is the Selector. And from this crystal, I am definitely going to have to go with Nick Fury. He's just I think, the best champion in this crystal. You know, it's close second and third with Tigra and Future Ant-Man, but Nick Fury is just that good as a defender. Very meta relevant, and still really good on offense too. You know, as long as you can bleed the opponent, he's a very good champion. So we're going to pick up Nick Fury. So with that, we now have... we've got a bunch of new champions for sure, but if we head on over to the 7 stars that are new, we can sort by those that we need to level up, because this has most of them. So yeah, we have 5 of the 6 champions released with this event. So we've got Mortal Abomination awakened twice, you have Nick Fury, Future Ant-Man, Tigra, and Dark Phoenix. Overseer is new too, which is nice, and we got Venom the Duck recently. My plan most likely for awakening Nick Fury and Tigra, I have, if we look at my items, so we have a Heart of Fire Awakening Gem and a generic Awakening Gem. I definitely feel like both of these champions are deserving of either of these Awakening Gems. So in a rank up video, which I will hopefully be doing soon and releasing on the channel, we will be awakening Nick Fury and Tigra and ranking them up. I think I'll be taking both of them to rank 3 along with Dark Phoenix to rank 3. I'm not sure yet who I want to take to rank 4. It might be Nick Fury, but we're going to have to see. I'm going to sleep on that, think about it a little bit, and we'll decide later. Just glad they were able to get the champions I was after, especially with the bad luck from the Valiant crystals. In the end, I have to say I'm happy with what we've got. These are some great champions to add to the roster, and this was exactly the kind of the event that I wanted to spend my units on. We'll see how many units I can save up for 4th of July weekend. I can probably get close to 15,000 by then at least. And then I've got a bunch of battleships saved up, so we'll be probably opening those too to see how many more units that we can get. But let me know in the comments, what champions have you got from this event? And are you free to play going into this event, or have you spent some money on some crystals, or just some units that you've saved on some crystals? That about does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later.